Hi, Josh Sohold here with Gannett Ridge Hunting Equipment, Fort Collins, Colorado. Have an overview today for you for the new Bowtech Realm. And this bow is new out from Bowtech for 2018. Has a lot of different features that Bowtech has not added onto a bow up to this point. And some of the stuff that they've really used for a long time and is really, really effective. And so this bow is kind of a nice cross in technology, and I think a step forward in the stability is probably the most notable feature, to kind of put it into a word. This particular bow is of the stable or the most stable bow that they've come out with, and we'll get into a few reasons as to why that is here as we go over the overview. But starting out, this bow features the Bowtech, kind of famous at this point, binary overdrive cam system. And what this cam system allows you to do, because what you have going on here is a length of string and then two equal lengths of cable. Starting off, the nice part about having those two mirrored cables on a bow is that you have the exact same motion happening on the top and the bottom of the bow, and this cancels out a lot of the forces that you'll have during the shot, simply because the same exact thing is happening on polar ends of the bow as you take that shot. Furthermore, you'll notice that these bows have a split yoke cable on both the top and the bottom of the bow. And what this allows you to do when you're getting things tuned up is you can perfectly center and level your rest. And then you can put twists in one side or the other of these split yokes, which tunes the tiller of the cam on both the top and the bottom of the bow, eliminating all of your left and right tears. And where it's really even has more of an advantage is when you're going to switch over to broadheads. It is so easy to broadhead tune these bows. This bow also features the dual lock pocket system that Bowtech came out with this year. Essentially what it is an additional set screw. So you can loosen that set screw and then go to your limb bolt and make your poundage adjustment on the bow, and then you set that set screw on the side back down to tight, and kind of that tensioning of that set screw, it really kind of firms up the entire pocket, creates sort of a real zero tolerance type limb pocket, and so you're going to have the most consistent shot possible with that pocket. It has clutch performance grips, and this is a different grip out from Bowtech this year, and I really like it. It's kind of a nice mix of having rounded side of the grip and then a really nice surface to be able to post your hand against and stop from clenching that bow during the shot. The other thing this bow features is their flex guard. Bowtech has used this flex guard now for quite a few years. It essentially flexes in, reduces the torque of the shot during the shot, and then takes up a lot of that slack and noise as you shoot the bow. So good flex guard system from them. They run essentially that layered carbon limb that comes off of the bow on the flex guard, and then two ball bearings with two wheels with ball bearings supporting each cable as it comes off the bow. So it's been a consistent system with them for a long time, and they continue to use it. We were glad to see that. This has the power shift technology on it, so you can choose your draw cycle on the bow. And this is pretty remarkable. I mean, you can kind of have these feel or be the performance bow that you want them to be, simply by flipping the mod over on the top and bottom that is used to adjust the draw length. So one face of the mod is a performance setting, and you'll shoot arrows a little bit quicker. With most setups, we see somewhere between 7 and 9 feet gain or loss, depending on which side of the power shift that you have, which, if you look at it in arrow speed, equates to about 5 pounds of pull. So you're picking up or losing about 5 pounds of speed, whether you have it on comfort or performance. So if you want to shoot a little bit lower weight but still shoot the same speed, you can have it on performance and maybe shoot it at 65 instead of 70, and then be shooting the exact same arrow speed on these things, which is kind of a nice decision to be able to make. And in the store, you can kind of have these be the animal you'd like them to be, which either that super smooth, nice, easy rollback draw cycle all the way through, or and it's not aggressive when you put it to performance, but there's definitely a little bit more cam over at the end, and that's where you're picking up that additional speed to be able to shoot arrows a little bit faster. So you got to get it somewhere, and that's where it comes from on the performance setting with this bow. They put on an orbit dampener, and they put that dampener on the left side of the riser, or for a right-handed bow, and the right hand of the riser for a lefty. Really just a dampening counterweight to counter the weight of your sight and quiver, possibly, and really kind of square that bow out a little bit more, sort of aiding in that balance theme, that sort of is continuing this bow. And you know, the limbs that they changed the limbs and made the limbs a little bit wider on this bow, and they widened the stance of the riser further up towards your hand, and so they sort of, you know, spread the load of that entire bow side to side. And I tell you, when you draw these back and you point them on target, they hold really, really well on target. That, coupled with their Deflex CPX riser system, which has been something that they've done for a long time now, does make these things just incredibly effective and balanced when you're shooting. One of the more forgiving bows to hold at full draw, and it takes care of you incredibly well as that arrow's going forward and towards your target. These are available in 25 to 31 inch draws. They have a 7 1/8 inch brace height, so a little, you know, kind of going above and beyond that 7 mark, additionally aiding in the forgiveness of this particular bow. 31 inches axle to axle, and they come in 50, 60, and 70 pound limbs with an IBO speed of 340 feet a second. They are colors available in the Bowtech this year for this realm is black, mossy oak breakup country, flat dark earth, Sitka gore subalpine, and Cryptek altitude. Their fit and finish on the bow has continued to improve through time, and this year is no exception. These things are looking incredibly sharp, and camo patterns are incredibly true, as you know, you can kind of see on this one here in the Sitka subalpine. So if you're looking for just a really overall smooth, quick performance bow to shoot that's going to really, really take care of you all the way through that shot, I would give these realms a try. You will be pleasantly surprised with how they feel, and the snappiness that they're delivering arrows downrange. You know, you'll be able to hear it. But really forgiving, tunable bow. If you want to shoot a ton of weight forward, if you want to shoot anything that's out of the box at all in the realm of, you know, being effectively tuned on the bow, these guys are an excellent, excellent choice. You can get these bows to really tune with things that are well outside of the traditional spectrum that you would think the bow could handle as far as spine weight, point weight, all of those things. So really, yeah, easy to get an arrow to run correctly through them, easy to get broadheads to run right once you make that transition. Thank you so much for watching the overview today. We are in Fort Collins, Colorado at 3006 East Mulberry Street in Fort Collins here. Give us a call, 970-493-4505, and check us out online at www.gannettridge.com. If you kind of live out in God's country out there somewhere and you're quite a ways from a Bowtech dealer, give us a ring. We could probably get one of these shipped to you if you're far enough away from a dealership. Let us know. But check us out on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. We're always doing updates, and then don't forget to subscribe to our channel by hitting the button right there. Again, really appreciate your time today. Go try one of these Bowtechs out. You're going to be impressed. Thanks.